When people think about Greek literature, they often imagine stories about gods, heroes, and mythical creatures. However, Greek literature is not limited to mythology alone. Some of the most meaningful and influential works from ancient Greece are actually based on real historical events that shaped civilizations and influenced how people understand politics, power, and human behavior. One of the most famous examples of this is the Peloponnesian War, a major conflict that changed the course of Greek history. This war was fought between two of the most powerful city-states in ancient Greece, Athens and Sparta. These two societies represented very different ways of life, political systems, and military traditions. Hello, my name is Benjamin Fernandez from BM3, and in this literary vlog, I want to briefly explore how Greek popular literature, especially historical writing, can still be meaningful and interesting for readers today. The Peloponnesian War lasted from 431 to 404 BCE and became one of the longest and most destructive conflicts in the history of ancient Greece. Athens was widely known for its powerful navy, its cultural influence, and its early form of democracy. Sparta, on the other hand, was famous for its highly disciplined warriors and its strong military traditions. Because of growing tensions, political competition, and rivalry within these two powerful states, a large war eventually broke out that involved many Greek allies on both sides. Over time, the conflict weakened the Greek world and dramatically changed the balance of power among the city-states. What makes this historical event important in literature is that it was carefully recorded and analyzed by the Greek historian Thucydides. In his famous work, History of the Peloponnesian War, he documented the events of the war and examined the deeper causes behind it. Unlike mythological stories, Thucydides focused on real human decisions, political strategies, and the motivations of leaders and societies. His writing is often considered one of the earliest examples of serious historical analysis. Instead of simply describing battles or victories, he explored ideas such as fear, ambition, power, and the consequence of political choices. Because of this approach, his work became one of the most important texts in classical literature and continues to be studied by historians, political scientists, and readers around the world. Reading Greek literature like this helps us understand not only ancient history but also human nature itself. Even though the events of the Peloponnesian War happened more than 2,000 years ago, many of its themes remain relevant today. Conflicts between powerful nations, political rivalries, and struggle for influence are still present in the modern world. Because of this, historical literature allows us to reflect on the past and think more critically about the present. Greek literature reminds us that stories are not only meant for entertainment, they can also help us understand society, leadership, and the consequence of human decisions. Works like the History of the Peloponnesian War show how literature can preserve important lessons from the past.